Namaste and welcome to your Discover Your Edge series. So this week we are going to look at pigeon pose. So in Hindu mythology, birds are heralded as sacred because they can enter the spirit realm. And pigeons, you don't associate with any mythology really, but they are so light on their feet. They're so great with balance, and they have this beautiful plumage that they open out. So it's a really good way to lift our mood, to lighten our feet, and to come to balance. Let's get started. So come and lie on your back in constructive rest. Grip the edges of your mat. Make a shelf for the heart with the shoulders. Lift the back of the neck. Plant the hands open. Allow a little tilt in the pelvis, just lift up and have a little sway just to lengthen the lower back so you've got optimum range in the spine. Open out the heels a little bit so the knees knock together, and you can bring your hands gently onto your belly. And just start by feeding the breath down into the belly centre. And at the end of the inhale, seal the pelvic floor, draw the belly in and sigh out through the mouth. And just do that 3 more breaths with side exhale. And lifting your pelvic floor, drawing the belly in and up. And 1 more side. Next inhalation, centre the feet back, hug the right knee into the chest and just stay here for a few breaths. So energy freeing pose in the right side, so we're helping to release the ascending colon. So breathing in here and out. You can do some ankle rotations as you breathe, just to open up the ankle joint. Because when we do our pigeon pose, we are going to be working the ankle. Flexing the foot. And then take it the other way. Little circles. Try and get the full range of movement into your ankle joint. So make big circles. Good. If you want to hold the foot, just make sure the sole of the foot is flexed. And then just keeping a nice gentle rhythm to open up the adductor muscles and just the inner thigh. Just massaging out any tension in that hip. So gentle pressure. And then eye of the needle pose. So just checking in with the sit bones here. So just make sure that both sit bones are on the floor. Take a deep inhale, press away, so you're rooting the sit bones down. As you exhale, draw in as you take the hands either to the back of the hamstring, or you can take one hand onto the shin, one hand onto the back of the thigh. Or you can take both hands onto the shin, whatever feels okay for you. Keep checking that the foot is nice and flexed. And then it might just be here, and using the elbow, the right elbow, to press gently that right hip away, that right thigh, as you draw the left knee in. So sleepy pigeon, this left foot can be dropped to the floor if you want to create a little bit more cohesion with the hamstring. You can flex the foot and keep the shin bone parallel. But keep pressing the the sit bones back and down. So you're lengthening, so you've got neutral spine position. And then if you want to take it a bit further, you can lift this leg up into a hamstring stretch. So just to stretch out the back of the thigh, and again pressing the hands in. So you're using the elbow to open up that knee. And then you can release again, and release the hamstring. And then pressing into the hamstring, you find that you might have a bit more rotation in the hip. and then bending the knee and drawing that right knee back into the chest and hugging both knees into the chest. And then taking the hands lightly on top of the knees, on the inhale pressing away, so you're rooting the sit bones, you're feeling a bit of an opening in the lower back. On the exhale, just open up the knees and draw really nice hip circles as you draw the knees to touch. Inhale away, inhale out, exhale out and in. Just 2 more. Softening the jaw, relaxing the eyes. And then hugging the left knee into the chest, bringing the right foot to the floor. And just take a breath here. And then start to open up the ankle joint. Little ankle rotations. So inhaling for half a circle, exhaling for half a circle. Inhaling. Exhale. So take it slow and feel the slower movement, the deeper the sensation in the tissues, fascia. It feels really good to move it slowly. And go the other way. Good. 1 more. And again, just taking, you can hold the foot if that feels supportive, and massaging from the inner crease to the inseam and the knee. Breathing into that left hip. And then if you feel that you want to take it deeper, eye of the needle pose, drawing it up. So your knee, the right knee is drawing in. You can use the elbow to allow that left knee to come away. Keep pressing the sit bones down. And keep breathing. And 2 more breaths. And then you can start to elevate that right foot, just to find the hamstring stretch true. And on the inhale, pressing in to that hamstring. And on the exhale, just drawing the belly in gently. And repeat. Good. Soften the right knee and hug both knees into the chest. Take a deep breath out. And then just start to roll forwards and backwards until you can roll up to a seat. Cross the legs, just hold the toes and come into all fours. Have a blanket if you need to support the back of the knees, and find a good position for you. And just walk the hands a little bit further forwards. And then you can just take that right knee in, but it is a little bit more difficult to get the foot in a diagonal position. So I personally prefer to do it from downward facing dog, so I've got more space. Coming to the tippy toes, and then really feeling that stretch from into the shoulders. Try and get a little hollow in the top of the back. And then as you exhale, ripple forwards into a plank. Draw the knee in towards the wrist, and then you've got space to diagonalise the leg. So you should have, so if you look as an aerial view, your heel should be underneath that inner groin on the left side. So when you come down, you keep pressing, you lift, keep the back knee lifted. It's just a pressure back and away until that right sitting bone almost comes to the floor. And keep the foot, the right foot, moving in, so the right toes are moving in towards the midline. Okay? I like to personally keep the toes curled under. So the first thing that we are going to do is to use what we call active flexibility. So from here, you might not even need your blanket, but it is quite nice to have a little bit of support in that hip. So now what we're going to do is just bring the hand onto the thigh, press the thigh down And you can draw the hand into the foot and lift up the back knee and find, just draw that left hip point forwards a little bit further. And then you can drop in, and then you can even start to lift the arms to the sky. So active flexibility. And then from there you can start to come to your sleepy pigeon. Press the floor away, keep sliding and gliding until the elbows come down. You can bring the hands to touch and again draw the thumbs into that space of the eyebrows and just lift the skin slightly. If there's too much sensation in the knee or the ankle, come and do it on your back like we did at the beginning in sleepy pigeon, or you can do it in standing pigeon. And then from here, taking the hands either side, roll the shoulders back, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee, keep pressing into the floor, and take that right leg back and just give it a good old shake out. And then taking the blanket support to the other side. Finding your downward facing dog, lifting into the tippy toes, rolling forwards, rippling through the spine, and draw the left knee in towards the wrist. Diagonalise the leg and just keep pressing back, so have it so it's just in the inner groin, until you find that you get your left sitting bone to the floor. And you might find that the left side is easier. Just find a position where it feels good for you. Good. And then try active flexibility. So take the hand onto the inner thigh, hand to the foot, and just lift up the back knee. You might need to curl the toe under a little bit. And keep drawing, rolling that right sitting hip down and forwards. And then you can even start to lift up. So you're activating the glutes quite strongly here. And then you've got that lovely base that you can now come forwards. So you drop the elbows underneath the hands. Have your support if you need it. I'm okay on this side, but you might need the support. Keep the back toes curled, or you can uncurl the toes here and bring the hands into the third eye. And just breathe 3 to 5 breaths. Good, and then bring the hands back down underneath the shoulders, curl the back toes under, lift up, press the ground away, and again you might need to shake out the left leg. Just release it and let go. And then you can come into a little child pose to release. And you can bring the elbows, grab an elbow with each hand and just settle back into a little child pose. If that's too much, you can use your rolled blanket wedged in to the back of the knees. And then you can take a stack of fists if that feels more comfortable for you. And stay here to 3 to 5 breaths.